I think, like I said, I think today's the first day.
Here, I figured it out.
Nice. Hey, we figured the camera out. Awesome.
Yep. This guy is the handsome one.
Thanks.
Why thanks? It's true. Also, just click here if you want to record it. Good.
Someday, all the love you've given to the wrong people will find its way back to you in someone who's waited their whole life for your kind of love.
Yeah, it's working.
Aha. Spectacular.
Exactly. I told you, you practice.
Does it show you what type of filter it is?
He's there. He's checking for coffee maker. And I'm here, just sitting. This one is my auntie. He's there. He's already a Filipino.
I told some kids Hindi.
Huh?
Told some kids Hindi.
Hindi.
Did you know it?
Hindi po. It's Hindi po.
Hindi, whatever. I don't know.
No, no po.
No. I don't know. I just didn't want to buy the towel. So.
He said Hindi po to the kids. Hindi po means no.
Okay, well somehow I'm in one of these little stripes and I can't fit.
Just like this, I hold you.
Yes. This thing's so small. This is ridiculous. Like that. Oh, I can't see out the window. Oh, look. Thing's got a set of knackers on it. It's got a couple. See, she knows. Oh my god. It's terrible. How'd I get in this thing? What in the world is going on here?
We're stuck in traffic.
Yeah. So, what I'm hearing is this is what balut feels like. You want to explain it?
Well, it balut looks like, you know, the shell inside.
She's shy.
It looks like balut. It looks like balut.
Yeah.
You feel the balut.
I can't. This thing is so small.
So right now we're here in church. Baby! Babe. I might just like you're the one who's holding this one because you're tall. Where am I? Where are you? Where? Hello? Oh, sorry.
She hit my arm where it's got a scab. It's fine.
Where am I? Hello?
Over here. Turn it around. You see the bats? Sleeping? Very cool. Very cool church.
Pampanga, which Ángeles nowadays, and Clark, and up to the Aita people. Very good Aita people.
Okay, Aita.
So the word Pampang means river banks or shore. So that's why the people lives here were called Kapampangans. So from the word Pampang. So In 1795, the founder of Ángeles was the mayor of San Fernando, Don Angel Pantalon de Miranda. After he served as a mayor the following year, they came here to expand their agricultural land because during the Spanish period, when they introduced the sugarcane plantation, they expand the plantation in northern part of Pampanga, which the city nowadays. And this place became a barrio or village named after the abundance of the Culiat vine. Culiat is the old name of Ángeles.
Ah,
14 years now.
Very cool.
So in 1829, the small village, farming village, became a town, and the town was named after his name, Angel, whose titular patron are the Holy Guardian Angels. That's why Ángeles means angels, the town of angels. So the founder's house was built in 1824, and the house is still standing, and they still use it as a residence of the founder, the descendant of the founder until nowadays. The house is still standing, just only across the street.
That's really cool.
Yeah, still there. The house is 201 years old now.
What's the story with these?
These are the personal belongings of the founder.
Okay.
what is that?
They use for, I think, for tea or
Tea? Maybe this one is for
it's
the
a
wine.
canteen for water.
Water or wine?
Yeah.
No? Water.
So the founder, he served as the military captain of the light cavalry squadron of Pampanga in Manila. So this is the reason why they gave him a privilege to expand his land, because the Spaniards, one of their profit, big money is sugar during the old times. So the legacy continues. Yeah, this is an artist's interpretation when the founder passed it on the obligation to his son, Siriaco de Miranda, who was the first mayor of
first
Ángeles.
missionaries in
Right. This is Mariano.
Yeah, it's Mariano, their grandson. Miguel Lopez Legazpi is really is their granddaughter in San Agustin Church. Agustina Mary Nepomuceno Church. This is the reason why the Nepomucenos are prominent here in Ángeles. They own schools, electric company,
So they built the church.
sanitation, water system, and many more. During the construction of the church, if you're male, 15 to 50 years old, you're required to work with the church without a salary 40 days a year. And the community required to produce eggs because the egg white they're using mixing for the mortar or the binding stone.
That's really neat.
And the materials were quarried from next town here, Cora. It's only about 10 kilometers away.
You're over there.
So, the reason why the Americans settled here in Ángeles and later on, the largest herb base outside America was established here in Ángeles. During the Philippine-American War in 1899, because Spain sold the Philippines to the United States, including Parish, and the American came here. But after we fight against the Americans, the Spaniards, we have another colonizers.
Occupant.
And then during the Philippine-American War, Ángeles is the last frontier to defend against the American because this is the crossroad. The overall commander of Philippine forces, General Antonio Luna, was the architect of the Caloocan Ángeles defense line that created a series of delayed battles in order to buy time for construction of guerrilla based on the Mountain Province. So, and the president also moved his seat of government here in Ángeles from Nueva Ecija province. The reason why the president is moving up north of Luzon because the American they captured him. In June 12, 1899, so Aguinaldo, the president, he celebrated the first Philippine independence anniversary here in Ángeles. But when the Americans very near, the president, he moved the seat of government in Tarlac province. And according to the history, the longest battle of Philippine-American War was Ángeles, and this is the reason why the Americans they stayed here longer, and later on they established their camp here in this area. So the first camp is in the train station because they use the cable for the telegraph and easy to manage their cargo in and out. And they used the church and hospital during the war until 1902. So this is the church across the street where the Americans use it as their field hospital during the Philippine-American War.
Saan po yung banda? Diyan lang po.
Yung malaking simbahan po. Okay. That one. Yeah.
So in 1902, the American moved in Sakumbato, and the camp was named after Colonel John Miller Stutzenberg. He's the first Nebraska volunteer arrived in Manila, and he died leading the battle in Bulacan. So President Theodore Roosevelt signed a presidential decree declaring Fort Stutzenberg as the territory of the 26th Cavalry of their artillery unit. So this is the Fort Stutzenberg in 1902, near Sakumbato.
Up until now.
In 1912, the Philippine Air School was established with one aircraft, the de Havilland H-4. Became the first airplane deployed inside Fort Stutzenberg. In 1917, 5 hangars were constructed. And in 1919, the construction on a runway began. In the same year, the airfield was named Clark Field to honor Major Harold Melville Clark. He was born in Minnesota, but his parents migrated in Manila. And Harold Clark, he grew up and graduated high school at the Manila High School. So after he finished high school, he commissioned him as a U.S. Cavalry, and then he moved to the section of U.S. Army Signal Corps, and he became a junior military aviator, leading the flight from Louisiana, and his plane crashed into the Panama Canal. So he died. The airfield was named after him, Clark Field.
Clark.
In the mall.
Yeah.
That's
Clark Field. And then in 1946, the American gave our independence, the new republic. But the Americans, they wanted to enlarge their U.S. military facilities. During the Cold War, Clark Field grew into a major air base known as Clark Air Base because they used this as important logistic hub during the Korean and Vietnam War. So the landscape of Ángeles from sugar plantation rapidly transformed into industrial because American servicemen, they need housings and a lot more. And people from different provinces, they live here because they work inside Clark. They brought their family and everything. So the population began increase and Ángeles became the first city in Pampanga. If you look at this photo, this is Ángeles looked like before during the war in 1945. So this is where we are now, and this is the church. And it's all sugarcane. But then this is taken during the war. Nobody's planting. Because this is the damage of the church after the B-25 bomber hit by the Japanese anti-aircraft from Clark. When the American liberate Clark, one of their airplane hit by the anti-Japanese aircraft, and the plane flew here, and the plane crashed where the university is located, and 6 crew of the airplane were all died. And the pilot is Arthur Braungard, is from Sag Harbor, Long Island, New York. Yeah, the modern airplane has Um, Multiple machine gun on the nose, on the side, on the top, and tail. And this is the start of the war. After the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, the following day, Clark Field, and the Filipino and American soldiers defeated by the Japanese soldiers. So they need to surrender. That's the Fall of Bataan, and that's the start of the Japanese occupation for 3 years. So during the Death March, some 75 soldiers, they walked from Mariveles, Bataan up to San Fernando, Pampanga. However, when they reached San Fernando, they loaded on train. So many soldiers died inside the train box because the capacity of a train box is only about 60. They loaded more than 100 inside the train box. And because of the suffocation, so many soldiers died. But when they passed here in Ángeles, the townspeople of Ángeles, they prepare food, drinks, and sweets, the panocha, and they gave it to the prisoners of war because inside the train, their families, their father, their husband, and their relatives. And the one who drew that illustration is the boy there with striped t-shirt. He's Daniel Dison. He remember what happening. He participated the food throwing during the.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, that's like the small boy, 11-year-old boy.
This one, this guy.
Yeah.
Wearing striped shirt.
He's wearing striped shirts, and that's the start of the Japanese occupation for 3 years. And during the Japanese occupation, so the Japanese, they ran out of money to purchase, so they printed their money without a value. They call it the Mickey Mouse money. So, but they copied the dollar, but in peso, Japanese government.
Okay.
Okay.
So, when the American liberate the Pacific with the strong weapons, with everything, equipments, but the Japanese, they ran out of resources. So they desperate, they wanted to defeat the Americans. Though they recruit a young Japanese students from Japan. They trained them like a suicide pilots. The kamikaze was born. So the pilots were trained here in Pampanga, in Mabalacat. So the narrative of the old people in Mabalacat, where the pilots stay in a house, in the Santos house, every night, these young students were crying because they knew that they cannot return to their family at a very young age. One of them, before he died, he wrote a small short poem, a haiku. Accidentally, the crew found this haiku and he copied. And he sent to the parents of the pilots. And the parents were shocked about their son's death. So after the war, after so many long years, they came here, the descendants of the pilots, to say forget what happened in the past, and sorry. So they installed his death poem.
Okay.
This is his death poem. The meaning of his death poem is, should my mortal body fall and decay in the southern sea, let it be raindrops to water the seedlings in spring. So in 1991, the military bases agreement between the Philippines and United States is scheduled to end. The American, they wanted to renew their contract, so the American negotiator during the time of George W. Bush are in Manila to negotiate the government of President Corazon Aquino. However, Mount Pinatubo erupted, and before the eruption, the American already evacuated from Clark because they knew the entire Clark will destroy already Pinatubo. And the Philippine Senate did not renew the agreement of the military bases agreement. And in September 16, with a formal transfer to the Philippine government, the facilities of the Clark. And here's the story. I invite you to sit down and watch the video about the eruption of the volcano. Here in this archipelago, the Kapampangan people, they have their own writings. They call it the kulitan. Kulit is a word using a sharp tool to etch a wood or like engraving in a bamboo pole. That's the word kulit. And these writings were inspired from the Hindi script, the Brahmi. So if you look at this comparison, this is the Brahmi, the parent of all Indic script. This is the Bangari, Kaawi, Burnis, the Hangul. This is the Kapampangan, the Kulitan, and this is Tagbanwa, Palawan, and the Baybayin of Tagalogs. So we have also here a document, a Kapampangan notarized document which served as a deed of sale of slave dated 1617. They still sign their name in their indigenous writings. So we have another book published in 1699. A Augustinian missionary wrote a book about the language, the Arte de Lengua Pampanga, and described the writings as kulit. So these are the characters. And another book also published in 1887, another Augustinian missionary wrote a book about the Estudio de los Antiguos
Dapat nga habang nag-video kami, sinasabi kayo.
and Kulitan is also included here. They also missionary published in 1732. The word kulit is Los Portillos de la Escritura Pampanga. So the system of writing is like the alpha syllabary. So if you add diacritical mark on top, the vowel sounds A will replace into E, bottom markings will replace into U sound. So, like this is Ka. If you add that, the sounds is Ki, and this is Ku. And then you have also, I mentioned a while ago, the Kingdom of Luzon that found in the encyclopedia of our neighboring countries like Japan, China, and Asian country. Like this glaze jar exported to Japan from the people of Luzon. And this jar has some markings, our Kulitan writings. It means to say this jar was exported by the people of Luzon or the Pampanga. So now I give you a souvenir. I will write your name in our kulit, but I'm looking for my pen. So no, that's the brass. Just I used it. So sir, write on the Kulitan script.
Para mo ito si Tandem.
His name is Jason.
Shasele.
Jason.
Jason.
Yay.
Jason. Shasele.
How do you pronounce your...
Basta siya.
How we pronounce it?
Shashelli, Jason Shashelli.
Shashelli.
Jason, something like that. Parang something like one, Jason.
Ito po.
The pronunciation, because this is phonetic way of writing.
Jason.
Ah, yan. Jason. Jason.
Tingnan natin yung DA. Sia, Seli.
Shashel, like Shashelli,
Shasele.
like Shashelli.
Sally. So we will pronounce it like this one. This is this writings is phonetic way. So it's not a alphabet but the sound base. So we don't have J, we have EI. Something like that. Okay. The A, son, that's the son. The son, Sia, cell, Sia, sorry. So siya, that is Kapampangan, no?
That is Kapampangan translated into...
The Kapampangan writings.
Yes.
So not all can write and read.
He's the one who's writing this one.
That's a nice writings. So I will put it here, written in I put it here.
This area is the old thing. What is this?
You grind meat. You put meat in and it makes burger. So you take the meat and you push it down.
It's
And you
grinding.
turn it and it comes out like in burger.
I know this one. Left. Old ref. Yes. Old ref, old ref, old ref, old ref. Jeez. Okay. Sandok. Babe, come here. Sandok means, what is this? This one.
Ladle?
Yeah, that's sandok.
You know, her grandfather know how to make that one
Yeah.
from coconut tree.
This one. Right. Huy!
Yeah.
Just take a picture. This one. Just like this. Ting. You know this coconut?
That picture.
And then just like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ang tagal lang. It's been a long time. I never see this one. Just here.
We're using that one in our province.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen him do it. Yeah.
Yes, it is it.
Yeah.
Also that one, we use that. And
Cute.
mahiwagang plato, sorting.
This is the oil lamps. This is the oil. Whoops.
We call this one lampara. Kubatin. So, ano,